Okay, so this is a quick recap. I think I'm sharing my screen. This is a quick recap on computer-aided software engineering case tools. So these are also part of SSADM. First one is data dictionaries. Data dictionaries, or data dictionaries, depending on if you're American or not, describe the individual attributes in your database, in your tables. So you kind of like going from levels out here. When you start with data flow diagrams, you're like big overview of the whole system, and you just say what the data stores are and how they fit into the flow of data. Then you zoom in a bit more and you have entity relationship diagrams that describe the tables and entities in the database. And then you have a data dictionary where you try and list all the data. You could do this table by table as well. It'd probably be more logical. And you say what kind of data you've got. For example, in one database, if you've got a customer table in your database, you might have a surname. What kind of data is that surname? It's text or string, however you want it. There may be a format, probably not for a surname. There will be for a date, like date of birth. So you want to specify day, month, year, or month, year, day, or whatever. Field size. You might have a field size because the field size tells you how big that information is. Like 20 characters for this surname or whatever. Then you've got a description of what that is. So what's the purpose of the surname? It's just the surname of the driver, or in this example here, or it's the surname of the customer, or it's the email of the customer. Why do you hold it? Because you need to get in touch with them about offers. And then you give an example of what that data might look, which just comes really handy when you do things like dates. So that's the data dictionary. Do one for each table at least, which is what you need to do in your assignment. Decision tables. Decisions have conditions and they have actions. Conditions list all the things that you could possibly do, or the decision you have to make. And actions list all the possible things that could occur. So, for example, would you like a drink? Well, there's two conditions, yes or no. Probably would. It's like, it's the evening or the weekend. So you say yes. Action, you get a drink. If it happens, you put an X. If it doesn't, you put a dot. More complicated decision table, though, could be where you have two conditions and two outputs. So the conditions could be in a doctor's surgery. Has the patient arrived on time? And is the patient in critical condition? Depending on whether those are true or false, you take a certain action. So you treat them or you don't. So it's up to you to decide this. So what do you think? Put it in the comments below if you like. The patient has arrived on time, the first one, but they're not in critical condition. So do they still get their appointment? Yeah, I'd treat them. I wouldn't send them home. So I put an X here and a dot here. But if they've not arrived on time, and they are in critical condition, well, I'd still treat them because they're in critical condition. It's not their fault. If they're both, they definitely get treated. So an X here and a dot here. They haven't arrived on time, they're not in critical condition, then they get sent home because they've missed their appointment. So yeah, that's the kind of decision that you need to make in the system. And the more things, the processes are going on in that system, the more decisions you need to describe so that it's very clear in your analysis and your design what you want people to make. Pause the video for a minute, see if you can have a go at making this decision table. Any examples you make, if you're doing the assignment, you can put into your actual assignment. So if you do it now, you can put it right into your assignment and write it up. Okay, one more systems analysis design methodology is a screen design. So what you want to do is you want to break your system down into maybe 3, possibly 4 at most simple screens. Keep the display simple, keep the presentation consistent, show how the user can move between the screens, UX, make it attractive and pleasing. Example I made is my diver. there are three main things I wanted to do on it. I wanted to show the person exactly where they could dive. I wanted them to add dives, and I wanted to be able to browse a map. So there were three basic things here that I could break the app down into that I wanted to make. So I made these three screen designs, and you should be able to do the same for your own system, whether that be a doctor's booking system or a restaurant ordering app or a hairdressing app where you can make appointments. So think about that and make your own examples of either the restaurant, what things you need in a restaurant ordering app, and then put them into your assignment. So these are the three things that you've got to do in your assignment now, or to practice if you want to understand these concepts. Make your own data dictionary, make your own decision tables, and then describe and show an example of a screen design that simply breaks down this application. And that's that. Stop this recording.